discuss that.
Well, can we say it again?
Sure.
All right, GrandStrandSportsReport.com.
What am I going to find there? Am I going to find some good-looking photos to go along with these
Jack,
stories?
what you're going to find is a complete local sports source like nobody's ever provided. We cover, we looked at who we could cover. Could we cover all of the major schools? Well, we decided that we could. Myrtle Beach, Socastee, St. James, Carolina Forest, Conway, and North Myrtle Beach. That was 6, and we felt like we could cover those schools and do a really good job with them right now. Perhaps look at the other schools like Loris and Ainer that deserve the coverage as well, but we just didn't feel like we could do that job right now.
Right.
So, you'll find coverage of those major schools and all the sports, Jack, not just football, not just basketball. You're going to find lacrosse, you're going to find swimming, you're going to find volleyball, you're going to find wrestling. So you're going to find coverage of those sports updated every day. We add 7 to 8 different stories every single day, sometimes more.
Yeah.
And then you're going to find complete coverage of Coastal Carolina University, South Carolina, and Clemson. Then you're going to find opinion pieces and columns. Now, some of those may make you angry. Some of those you may say, I completely agree with that. But the key for us is it's a local sports source that gives you all of it in one place. It's easy to read, easy to find. It includes pictures. A lot of times it includes quotes from the kids. We have a Mammy's Kitchen Athlete of the Week every week.
Get out of here.
We have 3 nominations every week.
Mammy's Kitchen, been around forever.
Yes, since 1953. They sponsor an Athlete of the Week. We put up 3 nominations. Last week, the winner got 15,000 votes. I think this week, the first place person, and I'm not sure who it was, when I checked a couple of days ago, had about 8,000 votes. So every week, and then we write a feature story about that particular kid. It's something that just hasn't been done in a while.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids are, girls basketball players or a wrestling kid. Like, we've got some really
there's some great wrestlers.
Yeah, and there's some really talented kids in this area that I didn't know about, and I've been doing sports for 20 years in this market. Our writer is Terry Massey. He acts as the editor and the writer, and many people remember him when he was a columnist for the local paper. Yeah. So he gets a lot of that stuff, and I go out and I cover some sports as well and write some stories and opinion pieces. Jack, one of the most interesting things to me was watching people want to become a part of what we're doing. We've had so many columnists and so many writers and photographers come to us and say, hey, let me shoot for you. Well, we don't really have a lot of money right now, Mike. And they say, no, you know what you guys are doing is promoting kids, and I want to be a part of that.
Right.
So Phil Ranciere sends us stuff. Digital Magic sends us stuff.
Wow, okay.
Chuck Sylvie out in Conway sends us a ton of stuff. We have to shoot photographers at Clemson. We have photographers at South Carolina. We have writers at both of those places. Guys that just said, I want to be a part of promoting whatever it is their passion is. You won't see me writing about Clemson because I'm a South Carolina fan. I went to South Carolina. But I've got a guy in Columbia. His passion is South Carolina. He's got the inside track, and he writes specifically about South Carolina. So that's what you'll find.
Good stuff.
It really is.
You gonna expand this model, or is that down the road? Obviously with the local schools, I'm sure you just mentioned that you doing it.
I think one of the keys for us, Jack, and we've talked about that, and we've been approached by so many different people to expand in other markets. But we looked at it, would this work if we went into another market like Raleigh? Well, we don't really know. The reason it's successful, we think, is because of the contacts we've made over 20 years. Terry Massey is so well known in this market as a sports writer, and I've been so well known as a sports broadcaster. And then Alan Smothers has come into our partnership. Wayne White, who was the SID at Coastal Carolina University, has come in as a contributor. We just have all these people that are becoming contributors, and they're all super locals that know everybody, that have the inside track. So would that work if we went to Raleigh? I don't know that it would. I don't know that we'd have the connections to do it in Raleigh, but I know that we can do it here locally, and that we can highlight kids that deserve recognition. And for us, Jack, that's so important to us right now.
You still going to do it? In the summertime when school's out, obviously there's things to talk about, kids that went on and going to enter college, but sports tourism is a growing market. I don't need to tell you, it's become huge for this area.
And there's
You can cover that?
Yeah, there's so much you can actually cover. I mean, we write a surfing article. We cover surfing and all the surfing contests. We cover the triathlon. We cover bike racing. I don't know if you know, there's a whole, not industry I'd say, but community of people that race bicycles here locally. So we cover them as well. The Pelicans obviously will be a big deal for us.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you can take a look at recruiting. And during the summer, we'll feature every week a different athlete of a sport. You see what I'm saying? So I think there's 11 or 12 different sports. There's 13 weeks in the summer, so we'll be able to feature that way. There's so many opportunities for sports coverage here that has been underserved. You know, it's not that the paper, you know, those are good guys, and they do a really good job in the local paper, and they do the best they can, but there's only so many of them.
Right, yeah.
You know, our key has been finding contributors that'll go out and that'll cover events for us, and that'll write those stories for us, and then send us photography about that particular event.
We're up against the clock. We'll take another breather and talk more about it. GrandStrandSportsReport.com. And I might touch in on his broadcasting side of things, too, before we let him go. Tyler Watkins, our guest. On River Talk, I'm right back.